Okay, just hold on a second. And we are live. And hello everyone and welcome to Formula Trout League. Today we will be racing in Spa with the 2018 Formula Hybrids. Today joining me in the commentary booth will be Jake Bond and Jack Smith. Say hello,
Sorry,
guys.
I'm a bit under the weather.
Hey guys.
Sorry, I'm a bit sick.
Yeah, as you can tell, Jake Bond, he's got a bit of a flu. Jack Smith, do you want to go through the driver standings and team standings?
Yep, I can do. So, in first place we've got Ragged Ed Racing, Riss, consistent podiums, all apart from Silverstone leading the way in the championship as well. They're leading the way with 156 points over Dragon Spirit DAC. Dragon Spirit DAC, who are behind by 83 points. And there were 73. F-Zero Racing following up behind that with 60 points, 96 away from Ragged. DAC, Alpine Renault. Alex Cochrane leading the way with their team. Oh no, sorry. Tarek Alcader leading the way with their team, 60 points as well, on par with F-Zero Racing. Behind that, we've got Jungle Vermin GP, 53 points. JVDR, they're running behind with 46. Vermin Racing DAC with 28. Griffin Gaming, 26 points. Pink Panthers with 24. K-Team Younger Motorsport with 21. Mercedes-Benz, 20 points. Gulf Porsche with 18. BM Junior with 12 points. Octane Racing with 9. And Stark with 0. And if we go to the driver's standing, Riss, as previously mentioned, leading the way with 104 points. 49 over myself with 55. And Paul Magzai just behind with 52. Tarek Alcader just 1 point behind Magzai with 51 points. Jans van Dijk, 44 points.
I'm sorry to interrupt them. These are the driver standings, correct?
Yeah, this is driver standings.
Okay, I'm just going to quickly pull up the driver standings on the screen for reference. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, they are. So, yep, Clank Hughes behind Jans with 43 points, only 1 point behind Jans. Clank also having a race win this season, first round at Melbourne. Mario Lind behind him with a podium at Monza last round. With 26 points.
Can I interrupt real quick? Everyone's going crazy. The title is wrong. We're not racing at Hockenheim. We're racing at Spa, and it's round 7.
Where does he say that?
On Twitch.
On Twitch. Interesting. I do not have power over that. I don't think I can change that. As you can see, it says round 3, so it's pretty old.
We'll just roll it.
Alright, so what's that? The driver standings done.
Yeah, just Dave Southwood in 8th, Cyprian Stowe in 9th, and Douglas Falcon in 10th, and that's the top 10 for the driver standings.
Yeah, what do you guys predict for tonight's qualifying session? Do you think Max I will take it, or what are your predictions?
Personally, I want Maxi to do well, but obviously previous performances not been too great, but he's looking for a decent performance this weekend. But yeah, Magzai, Hermes, they've been on point the entire season, so obviously the favourites going into this weekend. Just looking at the grid as it stands at the moment, we've got Magzai leading the way, Maxi in P2, and we've got Clank Hughes in P3 at the moment. So interesting top 3 at the moment. So just see how it plays out.
I haven't seen the times for this week yet. I'll have to take a look to see, but I mean, obviously, I think the top 2 at the moment look like it's going to be Magzire and Ermis as usual, but you never know. But they're who I'd pick for at least pole. I don't know. Race, they're not as clean lately. There's been some accidents, so that's a little bit more of a toss-up.
Yeah, just some interesting facts about Spa. So this is the 6th race in the history of Drought League in Spa, and the pole sitter has never won a race around here. So I wonder if it's going to change this time. Also,
That's a good stat, actually.
out of those 5 races, those 5 previous races, Wormus Rees has won 1 and Maxi has won 3. So this seems to be a very strong track for Maxi.
He wasn't confident in the race when we talked to him, so we'll see. He said maybe a podium, so we'll have to keep a lookout for that.
Yeah, that'd be good. It'll be his first podium this season, so yeah, hopefully he can get that nailed. Obviously, the pole sitter may get pipped on the Kemmel straight on the first lap. It's always something to look forward to on the first lap.
Are we missing any drivers, or is this what we have for the session?
I'm pretty sure we should have more drivers. Unless people are sitting.
Well, at least only 13 people have set a lap. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Because I know a couple people didn't get in because they didn't set the required amount of laps in practice. So, I think we're missing about 4.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, drivers do need to set 20 valid laps around the track to be able to participate in the race. So
Tell you who we're missing that had a really good race in, I believe it was Monza before, was Christoph Turner. That was weird not to see him in the grid today.
yeah, he's been gone for a while, I think. Let's see. Is anyone on a lap? Looks like Max is about to start his lap. Seems like a very clean turn 1. He's a 10th up on his previous best. Still, to know, the track grip is never the best at the start of the session. So, even if Max is able to pull a hot one here, it's going to be very easy to beat at the end of the session by others. I wanted to ask you something, Jake, but I completely blacked out. Very typical.
I can't read your mind, so can't help you out on that one. See, there's someone on the flyer.
Is Rees qualifying tonight? Oh, there he is. He's sitting in 15th.
Oh yeah, he is on the grid.
Yeah.
Not very typical of him.
15th at the moment. I think he's on an outlap at the current time. Not too sure. James May taking pole position there.
For Griffin Gaming going on the top of the timesheets,
Yeah,
2.5 tenths up.
Yeah, he's one of the newer signings in the league, and he has showed a lot of promising pace in the practice early in the week. So he could potentially be one of the competitors for a pole position tonight.
Maxi is 6 tenths up right now coming into bus stop. It's not going to put him up any positions, but he's going to get a lot closer to Maxi.
1 second.
Oh, and it does.
P2, very, very
42
close.
on, yeah, that's only, what, 300s off of James May?
Yep.
So that's a very good lap.
Tell you what, James May arriving on the scene with force here. Oh,
He's 3 tenths up already.
Paul Magzire comes in with a banger.
Seems all the front runners are using super soft tyres, which is interesting, especially for the strategies for the race. Seen some drivers using softs. Some
We have
using ultras.
Stefan Trummer has shown up for the first time since Australia. He's on the grid for BM. Haven't seen him in a while. Running all the way up in 4th already. It's a good return for him.
Yeah, I'm very glad to see him back in Trout League. He was gone for a while. Same thing with Halos Panos. He was one of the BM drivers in the 2017 season, but unfortunately he had to go. So very happy to see him back.
How many drivers now?
His flying lap on 3 tenths up at the moment. See if he can pull
James
anything
Mace,
back.
it's a 41.4, 3 tenths faster than Paul Maxire. So it looks like James Mace is really flying.
Clank with a 43 flat. Very good P5 for him.
Yeah, the track evolution right now. Let me take a look and see what we're at.
We're at sitting in P18. He's 8.5 seconds off pole, and he makes a mistake, and he pulls out of the lap.
We're still we're at 100% grip now, so anyone who sets a lap, everyone should be kind of just improving on what they already have. Track is at its peak.
I wonder what problem Ormus is having right now. Usually he's very consistent in the qualifying.
Let's have a look.
Tell you what I find interesting is Douglas Falcon is the only one in the top 5 right now. He's using an ultra soft. Everyone else is trying to run the supers.
Yeah, I think ultra's maybe a stretch. Maybe he's going for a 2-stop in the race.
Because you've done some testing, right, for this week? You have hands-on.
Yeah, I did a few laps. Not as many as I wanted to, obviously, because I'm here in the commentator's booth for this one. But yeah, this track can be very abrasive on the tyres. So ultra soft probably going for a 2-stop there, or maybe he's going ultras to mediums or something. But yeah, very interesting. I know some of the drivers are doing the ultra soft strategy. I know Stoian's doing it, as well as his teammate. Let's see if anyone else has got Jeremy Clarkson also on the ultras.
Max Stein's on an improvement lap right now. He could jump Clank if he could get a little bit more time. He can use Douglas, but let's see, Max Stein trying to get a rebound. He was demoted down to KTM Younger.
Ormus makes a mistake, and he's off into the wall.
Oh dear.
Does that put him out of qualifying?
If you can make it back to the pits and repair, then should be alright. But he's not got long to set a lap now, so he needs to be pulling everything out. It's very unlike him to be down there right at the bottom of the grid.
Yeah. I mean, he's had a strong championship so far. He's had a couple of accidents, yeah, as he pits now. He's definitely got damage.
Yeah, you can see on his front wing. Looks like maybe heavy damage on the front wing there. But as we've seen from Herbs in previous rounds, it's always at the last second where he pips the top. So, yeah, it'll go down to the last second, I reckon.
Is anyone else on an improvement? A lot of people sit in the pits as Paul starts a lap.
Tarek Alcada currently 3.5 tenths up. He's 1.5 seconds off pole.
He's going to get Maxi here if he can hold it together.
It's looking like a very good lap so far. As he's almost half a second up.
He was a good signing for DAC right now. He won a race in the chaotic opening rounds because I think we went for a while. We'd had no repeat winners. Or I think it was the first 5 races. Yeah,
that is true. I think Wormus is the first driver to get 2 wins this season. Tarek Alcada doesn't.
Oh, so close. That's in the thousands, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredibly close. 100th.
Magzire was on a lap. Yeah, he still is. He's 3 tenths up now. That would put. This is going to be very close for pole here.
It depends if you can find anything in this last sector. He's found some time going down the straight now. He's now got a toe, maybe? Is that Irmis in front of him? No, it's not. It's
it might be one of the Octa cars. Is it? It looks red.
No, it's not David Bull. It's another.
No, it's.
I think that.
It's Jan's teammate.
Yeah.
Oh, he's 4 tenths up coming into the last. Lost it on the last corner though. It's going to be.
That should be enough though, and that's.
Oh, he's pulled exactly.
That's at the same time.
Wow.
That is insane.
On the money.
Wow,
You only see that here in Trout League.
yeah. But
Huge
James
gap from
May,
second
But
there.
he's
James
currently on a
May,
lap as well. He's 2
he's-
tenths up.
Yeah. So the drivers are just fine. They still
Yeah.
have 4 minutes to go, though. This could be a battle right down to the end.
Yeah,
As
he's ready to
Ernest
respond.
starts his lap.
Just popping in to say that equal time is amazing.
Is
Yeah.
it not? Yeah. But it's about to go away here.
Yeah, it's about to go.
Yeah, we're almost setting a lap. But it's still James May first because it shows up wrong on the stream. He's still first because he set it earlier.
Got you.
I see.
Yeah, well, James May's actually 2 tenths up right now, going into bus stop. Let's see if he can hold it. There's a car in front of him. It's Tarek. He pits.
Okay, I'm gonna head off because I need to do a lap as well.
Yeah, so does lap time.
It's a 41-2.
2. Whew.
Puts him almost 2 tenths ahead of Maxire.
James May is not joking. Captain Slow is not so slow.
What is going on with the Urmas? He's 4 seconds
This
up.
is 1/10 up, but I'm not sure what's happening. This is very, very uncharacteristic from Ernest. Normally he'd be up there, but last on the grid.
Yeah,
that's
he would
unheard
never
of,
be
really.
4 seconds off.
He doesn't seem
Yeah.
to be hitting the apexes. I mean, he's 4 seconds off the pace at the moment. So
I wonder if he's struggling with his battery.
It could be that.
Maybe
It could be.
maybe some kind of a problem with the car.
It could be an issue with the BMW power
well,
unit.
He's gaining one. He's gaining lows now on this back straight. Maybe
He is,
just
yeah.
Lost
Had
it.
a
Here we
bad-
go.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah, he's coming now.
Okay, onto the last corner. Then it's nearly 4 seconds.
But it's
up. I
it's
think
not
it's gonna
enough.
be P3.
It's not
Oh,
enough.
Yeah.
It is P3. There we go.
It's good. Yeah, it's good enough for
41.7.
P3. There's a 41.7. Just puts him ahead of Maximilian Younger.
That makes a lot of sense now.
No. Interesting though, that time was set on soft tyres, compared to Magzar and James May, who are both using super soft. So
That's really fast then.
that is a very fast lap, especially for soft tyres.
I think Ermis has learned his lesson from the last few races where he's been punted leading, and he wants to go long this time in case he does have damage or something.
Let's go for the long game.
Is anyone else on a flyer? Stefan's fallen to 8th. He's been jumped by Clank and Douglas Falcon.
It's up once again by a 10th heading into the second sector. It's gained nearly another 10th just through Blanchimont. Not Blanchimont, sorry, Pouon. Heading into the S's now. He's up 2 tenths. Found another 10th through. Oh, lost a bit though. Coming into Stavlot. 2.5 tenths up still. Losing a tiny bit on the exit there, but he's about equal on the straight.
He only needs to find another 2 tenths here. It's James May. He's in the pits, so he
He's
will
not
not
gonna
be
set
setting
another
another lap. So it's going to
Well,
be
James-
a fight
Aaron-
between Urmas Rees and Paul Maxire.
This could be interesting.
And he brakes
Max
really late.
Younger. Max
Oh,
Younger
it's gonna be
has
so close.
Just gained it on the last corner though. Miss Rissi.
No.
It's not enough.
41.5.
41.5.
It's not enough. He lost it in bus stop. Oh, he's angry and
So-
crashes out.
Yes. He knows he fucked it up.
He
So
tried to
that's
pull a
Paul.
Nico. Could Paul Magzire ruin James May's debut pole?
He's 1 tip down coming out of the first corner.
He is shifting quite early though as well, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, there is a strat. I know that some drivers do it. I do it myself. Shifting up early sometimes gives you more power, we think. So
Yeah, I believe with the, especially with the hot lap mode, when you go in 8th gear, it uses less ERS.
yeah.
you
So
have
Maxi
it for
Younger
longer.
finish up his lap. He's nearly 2 tenths up. Coming into the last corner, gaining 2 tenths, braking into the last chicane, and losing it all on the exit. But it's going to be
Paul-
1.5 tenths up.
Paul is almost on the money on his own time. The consistency is unreal. He's gaining little by little, but
I mean, I think at this point he has he has nothing to lose. He's just got to go. He has to go for it now. So
Oh, he gained a decent amount of time.
1.5 tenths through campus there, into 2 tenths now, heading
you can
into.
tell he's really pushing the car.
Ah, he's losing it again though.
He's not on the exit.
This is it.
This is interesting.
This is it, all or nothing.
This is centimeters. This isn't anything more than that. 10th around this track is nothing.
Can he get it in the bus stop?
No, it's going to be close.
Oh!
Lots
That's
of
a
time
very good.
There it is.
As Paul Magzire is on
pole
pole.
position for Paul Magzire.
Magzire.
Does James May by half a tenth? It's very nice from Paul Magzire.
Can't take it away from James May though. It's a great debut to be P2 on your first race in qualifying. But that means he maybe have the advantage going into Lacombe's.
Interesting. Dave Southward on 5th on the grid, ahead of established names like Tarek Alcada and Clank Hughes, which is pretty impressive for him. Impressed to see Maxi up in 4th as well. Paul and Ermis, of course, top 3. There's a couple of other ones here. Let's see if we go down the grid and see who had a decent qualifying.
Dave Southwood also on the ultra soft tyres though, so yeah, but Douglas Falcon also used an ultra softs and he's down in P8. The 2 Falcon cars right next to each other on the grid there.
The thing that's gonna scare me here is Ermis at that time on softs, and everyone else was on supers.
Yeah, that pace is insane.
Yeah,
carrying that over to the race.
Saying we're starting 3rd. Also, a small fun fact: 4 out of the 5 races, the person who has started P3 has won the race. So, could this be another one?
Pano's starting in P10, so last spot on the grid. Wonder if he can score some points on his return debut. My man to watch for the race is David Bull, though, because he always he's not talked about much, and he's starting 15th. He might be able to sneak into the points. He always stays out of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing I like about DJB. He's very consistent. He's not the fastest driver on the grid, but he can capitalize on other people's mistakes. He's a very good driver, in my opinion. Very solid driver.
I'm going to ride on board with Maxi for this start.
Here we go then. 6 red lights here in Spa. And we're away. Looks to be...
Pretty good start.
Yeah, looks to be a very good start from Paul Magzire to head in turn 1. Seems to be fairly clean. As 3 drivers go wide.
Down James.
Very good start from Dave Southward. He just couldn't get Maxi into the first corner. As we go up Eau Rouge, I'll tell you what, Ermis is very close to Paul Magzire.
Tarek Alcada with a superb start, got him to P4. Ermis Riss overtaking it side by side. Paul keeping it in the lead. As James goes around the outside.
Oh.
Ooh, but
It's
Paul
very close.
Sorry to interrupt, but Jack, please reset the pit.
Yeah.
See, as we move down the grid, Jans looks like he made up a position or 2. See, as we go down. Hellas Panos has dropped 5 positions off the start, and Clank Hughes has dropped to the back of the field as well.
Where did he start again? Was it like P7?
Clank started within the top 10, and Panos started on 10th itself, last points position. So there might have been an accident we've missed. We'll have to take a look back at that replay.
Anyway, the top, there's no real big gaps at the moment after lap 1. All fairly consistent gaps here. So Stowing 1.2 seconds behind Jannes at the moment.
Yeah, I must say, there's a fairly clean lap 1.
Yeah, very
David Bull going for an outside pass right now. Oh, there's 3 wide. There's been an accident. Everyone's made it through a little bit. There's going to be some damage. Panos,
so
David
that's
Bull.
3 people in the pits right now. It's Niels Fischer, K-Man, and who's that third guy? I do not know how to pronounce his name. Vincent Le Guen?
That's how I would say it.
I apologise if that's wrong.
There's going to be an investigation after the race here as we have Clank Hughes throwing it down the inside of Jeremy Clarkson. They've touched. I think a couple of these guys have damage, though. There's a 3-person battle into the first corner.
Maxi Younger catching up to Ermis Riss, who is now fallen behind by 1 second away from James May and Paul Magza. That just shows the difference between the 2 tyre types. Maxi Younger especially catching up to Ermis.
Sorry, chat. We're not trying to ignore you. Sorry, we're just missing out on the race start. So, Syntax, you could chill. I'm reading you now. Sorry, our fans, the best fans this week are pretty demanding.
Hashtag
Best
blessed.
fans.
Clank Hughes seems to be very close to David Bull right now. He's looking to go for an overtake. Into...
Round the outside of Blanchimont.
Yes.
Need to go Max Verstappen on him into the bus stop. Oh, David Bull with the very late
really,
break. and
really
locks
late on brakes and completely misses the corner.
up. There it is, Clank Hughes,
Hellas
P13.
Panos pits. He looks to have some front wing damage. I wonder where that's from.
Yeah, very interesting. Front wing damage for Hellas. So
I'll tell you who's on a charge right now is Stefan Tromer is on a charge. He made it past Clank Hughes and all them, and he's catching up to Jans right now. He's getting a decent... It looks like he's using lower aero because he's still gaining, even though he's got the guy in front of him as DRS. He's really making his way through the field now after a rough start.
Yeah, I thought just mentioned that DRS is now enabled, so we should see some gaps close eventually and some gaps open, especially with the DRS now activated. Tarak Algada lost out to Maxi Younger earlier in the race. Is still 1 second behind James May and Paul Magza.
This is the closest we've had a race fight for the win, I think, all season so far. I know it's only lap 3, but I mean, we're still within a second for... We have 5 drivers, 6, 7 drivers within 5 seconds of the lead.
Yeah, it's a
The
good
top
point.
4 are strong.
Normally, we would have a leader who would be leading by what, like 2 seconds by now. Maybe huge gaps from, you know, 1st to 10th. But at the moment, it's quite close together. Obviously, Max Stein 2 seconds behind David Falcon, but that's really the biggest gap in the top 10 at the moment.
Paul Magzire does have the lead, but the thing to keep in mind is Ermis is on the better tire right now, and if he can at least just hold on to the gearbox and just stay within DRS of
Janis
James
locks
May.
up in the last corner. Sorry to interrupt there. Stefan Trollman almost drives into him. It's very close. Stefan lost a lot of time there.
And Niels Fischer's in the wall. Niels Fischer has crashed. He's coming back onto the track. He's fallen back to the bottom of the field.
It's very unlucky. James
He
May
had
is
a
going for an
string
overtake
variation.
on Paul Maxar right now.
Very clean.
And he got it.
Yes, a very clean overtake.
Riss now catching up 6/10 thanks to that battle between those two at the front. Maxi now 1 second behind. Needs to get back in that DRS range.
Jack, do you reckon the people who start on the super softs, is it still going to be a 1-stop, or do they have to go for a 2-stop? Do you have any idea?
I reckon they could do the 1-stop onto the softs. Obviously, other people could do the ultra soft to mediums, but the super soft to soft may work on this track. It'll be very like on the edge, I think, towards the end. It's obviously doing the soft stint first. He's got super soft at the end.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if he can keep up with the top 2 guys right now on that soft tyre, James May and Paul Maxide, they're going to have to pit earlier, so that puts Urmans in clean air, so he can use the rest of his tyres, and then he can go on super softs. He's going to be really fast at the end of the race. So
yeah, obviously at the moment the objective for us here is to drag himself along behind these two?
I don't know. He looks like he won. He's getting close. Paul doesn't want to let this go either. Paul's going to make a dive.
It's very close between those three. I did not expect Hermes to get that much of a...
I have a feeling
Ooh,
Irma's here. It's about to.
something
He's
stop.
plotting something right now. He's waiting for Paul to. They're gonna run each other out of ERS, and this is a long straight here.
This
as
is
well.
perfect for Ormus, I think. This is what he wants.
Can he do it? He's gaining on Magzar at the moment.
He's
Ormus got a
going
really
for
good
it.
Exit.
This could be a 3
He
wide
did.
situation.
It could be. We're running along.
my
Oh,
goodness,
they
they're
clutched.
Very
Two
close.
teammates touched there.
They did. I wonder if Irmis has a little bit of damage on the front wing.
Paul taking P1 again. This is insane close racing. 6/10 between those three.
The one to benefit here is Maxi. If they all three take each other out,
Yeah.
he's just kind of cruising 3 seconds down the road.
Yeah, I mean it's been 2 laps already, and Max is already 1.9 behind. So that just shows the benefit of the double draft for Hermes. Those guys are basically nose to tailing, just trying to get ahead of everyone else. Obviously fighting at the same time, but it just means that Maxi loses out. He hasn't got DRS anymore. But if those guys keep fighting, then obviously Maxi can come back. Just Maxi needs to undercut them now, I think. David Southwood catching Tarek Alcada down in P6 for the battle for P5.
See, Paul Magzire coming up the back street.
Yeah,
We won't have any lap traffic to deal with for a while.
Spa's a very long track. The field seems to be fairly spread out right now, but still. Oh, as Dave Southwood locks up going into the last chicane.
Ah, that's very unfortunate. He was
It's a
getting
half
close
spin.
to Tarek there.
Here we go. We're going onto the
Literally
back
as soon
straight
as
again
I,
for round 2
as I
here.
switched to him.
James May is close, but Paul gets a good exit. We're going to see. Irmis is a little bit further behind this time. I wonder if he's trying to time this better.
Yeah, maybe say some ERS throughout that last lap for this move again. It looks a bit too far away this time though, but James May,
Yeah,
not too
he's
far away
gaining
at
a
all.
lot.
Oh, James May is flying.
And he's
Yeah,
well past him.
flies back.
That's
The
all.
draft is so strong here. You could almost do it without DRS.
Yeah, there's P1 for James May. Let's see if it's just a game of ping pong now.
Jans did end up getting Max Stein as well. The DRS is very strong this week.
I think this is the closest fight for P1 so far this season.
Jeremy Clarkson getting awfully close to David Bull here. Couldn't quite do it on the straight.
It's the same story with Janus Van Dijk and Max Stein. 4 attempts now, was 3 attempts earlier. Maybe Max has dropped back a bit now. Paul just keeping his nose right behind James May here, trying to keep that draft going. It's now 6 attempts, looks to be falling behind a tiny bit.
Paul
Maxi
Maxer getting on James May. I think Maxer he's going to try and line up another overtake. He's very close to James May. Pretty bad exit to the last corner though.
Irmis is going to go
Has a
around
very
the
good chance
outside.
to overtake.
Wow,
Yeah, but Irmis is very... He's compromised on that exit though.
He still has DRS for the next straight, but James
Max
May,
should
8
have him
attempts in
easy.
the lead.
Yeah, Magzire's going to get
He's
him.
Very
He's got
close,
the draft.
Yeah. They should be easy. The Wormers does have DRS though.
Wow, look at that.
Wow, look at that.
DRS. That's mad. Look at that, they caught up to James May as well.
You get to see the power of DRS. Wormers had DRS and Maxar just cannot gain anything on him.
You see what the problem is here for someone like Tarek is they're drafting each other. All these guys, they're using ERS and drafting each other, and they're just pulling away because they're making the pass without losing any time. So it's almost impossible now. The top 3 are just going to be able to draft each other away down the straight, and
You can see
there's
that
nothing
effect,
Maxi
yeah.
can do.
This is like
3.1
NASCAR.
seconds now, the gap. Yeah, we'll soon be turning left.
Yeah.
There's a good 3-way fight here. Stefan is closing in on Max Stein, who's still trying to get Giannis back for the pass he made a couple laps ago. Let's see. Oh, I thought he was going to lose it there. currently the closest battle on track besides the one for the lead.
Douglas Falcon
Near
seems to be
identical
gaining
to
on
the one.
Southwood currently.
Oh, Hermes Reese is so close to James May.
This could be the move for P1. Ermus on the soft tyres. I don't know how he's doing it. It's insane.
That BMW engine in the back, it's very strong.
Yeah,
He's got,
very
he's got
strong.
good.
And
He was able to
demonstrate
keep
that.
his own teammate, Magzire, even had trouble. He must have saved his ERS. He's got low aero, good engine.
Here we go. Then on to.
This should be an
Camel's
easy
straight.
overtake for Urmas.
Look at that. The speed, the overspeed he has.
Into the lead.
For the first time this race.
Now the question is, can Urmas keep up this pace without the DRS he's been getting every lap?
Yeah,
That's
that's
to
the
be
thing.
seen.
If James May, if he's able to stay within a half second, he should be able to re-overtake Urmas Reese in the same straight. Jeremy
This
Clarkson
group-
goes for an overtake on David Bull. Again,
This
with
8, 9, 10
DRS,
group
very
is
easy
very
He
overtake.
goes
close.
wide.
yeah, he goes right. David
David
Bull,
Bull. Right
trying to
behind
come
him
back.
now.
but I don't think he's going to be able to re-overtake him.
Battle for Eighth is still on. Max Stein is losing time to Stoian. Oh, not Stoian, Stromer, sorry. Stromer. Going into the S's here. Just all around the same gaps. Very consistent driving.
It seems like people are kind of bunched up. Like you've got the front runners doing their own thing. You've got the top midfielders doing their own thing. And the lower midfielders doing their own thing. Everyone's just kind of trying to chase each other down, just giving each other draft and whatnot.
Yeah, we have some drivers also in no man's land. Cyprian's in his own little world right now. Maxi and Tarek are also just.
Also, just to point out, Williams Reese has almost pulled a 1 second gap to James May. But I think James May, yeah, he still has DRS for this lap. But if Williams can keep up this pace, I don't think. I think he'll be out of James May's DRS.
The supers just are. I've noticed that watching James May's on board as he's losing it a little bit. He's going to lose it coming out of this corner, probably a tiny bit. Yeah,
there
see,
it is.
he flicks
Max
it there.
Stein goes a bit wide, gives Stefan Tromer a good chance to overtake, but Tromer is not able to capitalise from his mistake as Max Stein goes wide again.
James May appears to be struggling. He's going wide there. Paul Max
Oh,
going
Paul.
for the move around the outside of the S's. Can they make it stick?
Oh,
contact.
oh, there's contact,
James May.
and James May loses out. Yaf made in the crowd made a good point. He said some blatant track limit violations, though, is that allowed for the race, and that's up to the driver to report anything they see. I guess
But
if they feel like they've been done dirty.
yeah, the rule is that you need to have 2 wheels within the white lines.
James May caught right back up to Paul Max back on the back straight there. He does appear to
this
have
plays
some
in,
front knowledge.
Williams' hands right now, like he's being able to pull away when Paul Maxar and James May, they're fighting together.
Yeah, he does. Does Dave Salford pits? One of the first people to pit this race on the ultra softs at the moment, so we'll see what strategy he goes for. I'm assuming it'll be the mediums.
He made those last 10 laps.
Oh, he's on
Pretty-
the super soft. Maybe he's going for the 2-stop strategy. For Dave
Yeah,
Salford.
well, there is only 15 laps. And
Yeah, he made the ultras last 10. I mean,
yeah, I mean, Paul Maxar and James May, they've already done 10 laps on the super softs. If they can
But
make it,
it's hard to tell though because James May is obviously struggling for grip here. He's been showing it every time on this corner he loses a little bit, or another corner the back end steps out. I think the rears are done for. And you can
Yeah.
tell because Hermes is just now he's starting to pull away. You could see that there's a difference in the compound. They were all together at one point.
yeah. I
gotta
just want to point
remember
out
though.
that Stefan Chalmer finally overtakes Max Stein and gets P8.
Oh, they both almost lost it there. That was close. That corner is very dangerous. That AstroTurf is not fun.
Very wide there. But just gotta remember that the top three, they've obviously been pushing quite hard, setting like 43s and 44s. So I would assume their tyres would be worse than, you know, Maxi's, for instance. Who's just been running his own race, not really racing anyone, just focusing on the tyres, which kind of explains why he's 4.1 down. But we'll see what Maxi's tyres are like as I look on board. Got David Falcon pitting as well, also on the Ultra Softs. So we should see more cars pitting soon.
Checking down, Nils and Kay are getting, they're still at the back of the field, but they're closing up. Maybe they can finally have a little bit of a battle. Vincent and Hellas Panos are very close. Hellas is gonna get him. He's going off the track almost to make a pass.
Pretty close.
Vincent looks like he's just out of ERS.
Yeah, dropping back there. Hellas still taking the lead of Vincent there. Max Stein a little bit loose there.
Dave Southwood is very close to Clank Hughes coming out of the pits on fresh tires. He couldn't get him there, but they're the closest on track at the moment.
What tyres did he go on?
He went on the super soft.
Supers.
Stop.
Okay.
And I believe Clank is on used tires as well. I don't remember him pitting. He's on supers. I believe that's what he qualified on.
Yeah, Clank started on supers with his, I think his teammate. Yeah, David Falcon, he went on ultras, so alternate strategies for the teammates there. And also David Falcon is actually catching up to Clank Hughes now. Joining the battle for P10, the first point.
Yeah, Southwood he's right on Clank's gearbox.
Needs to get the move done though, because David Falcon closing in ever so slightly every lap. See what he can do.
So the next driver on softs is Giannis in 6th.
So I want to point out, Clank Hughes, it seems like his front wing is a little bit damaged.
Yeah, I think that could be the case. Not sure where he's got that damage from, maybe from a
Maxi goes into the pits. Sorry, he comes out of pits, almost hits the wall.
Interesting. Lap 12. That's the first of the super soft drivers to pit.
He should have Ciprianier. They're good friends. I can't expect he'll put up much of a fight.
Yeah, I mean they're completely.
Yeah, he
running
completely gives
pace.
way.
What tyres is Maxi on?
He's on the softs.
Okay, so he's definitely doing the one stop.
Yeah, at this point, anyone pitting should consider not even trying to pit again. Okay, there's no way you can make that time up.
Vincent pits onto the ultra soft.
I believe Max Stein had an accident, or he's lost about 5 seconds to Stefan, and I saw him on the inside line, which was weird.
Yeah, it looked like he was struggling.
Recovered.
Was he on the softs before? I think he's pit.
Yeah, he's lost about 3.3 this lap. He might have pit 2 laps ago.
Clank Hughes, he's really struggling right now with that damage. As David Falcon takes P11 from him.
James May is moving back onto Paul Magzire now. He's getting awfully close. We'll see if he tries to make a fight.
Lean to T1. It's not gonna help with his exit. As Paul now pulls away slightly. 5 attempts it is for the second place position.
Oh, as Niels Fischer goes off.
Tarek Alcalá pitting as well.
Yeah. Tell you who's on a good drive right now is Jonas van Dijk. He's it's possible he could get Maxi. Oh, as James May made it, but he's
gone wide.
Lost it. He went wide in the braking. He did have the position though.
Both Max Stein and Hughes pitting, so that solves that one. Max Stein going on to the super soft tyres, doing the alternate strategy like Hermes.
Tarek came out right in front of Douglas Falcon, which is going to hurt him because he's on cold tires. Yeah, and he's
An easy overtake.
pretty
with
simple.
DRS.
It's very strong this week.
Yeah, we haven't seen DRS play this big of a factor in a while, I think. It didn't used to be this strong in 2017. Oh, with the 2017 hybrids, if I'm not mistaken.
I hadn't even come out of the womb yet, so I wouldn't know.
Douglas Falcon closing in to Stowing. He's going to make a move.
Ooh, around that
To
side,
13.
gets in the sideline of the next corner. Easy.
Lovely move. It's Tarek now closing in on Stowing as well. It's going to be a tough one in. Tarek on the newer tyres as well. So, or did they pit at the same time? Can't remember.
Alcad and Stone, I am not sure. I completely missed out on that.
Well, Tarek is on new tyres and he's gaining
Yeah.
a lot around turn
Alcad's
18
looking very pacey right now. I don't think Stone will fight that much.
into the bus stop.
I say that, he's
Stone.
still
Is he gonna
challenging.
keep it? He's got the
That's
pace
a good
around the
exit
outside.
from Stone.
Wow, that was a very clean.
And he's got the DRS. See what
James
Tarek-
May has gotten past Paul Magzire in the DRS
Oh,
zone.
Stoyan locks up into T1.
They're side by side. I think Alcad. Is he still going to try? He's going to have to stay.
Oh, they're going to go start. Oh, yep. He pulls out of that move up where Orange.
Very good defense
not
by
the best place.
Ciprian.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to put this big of a fight.
And see you
don't
later.
think- I don't think he's that aggressive of a driver. Like he at least what I've seen, he wants to play it safe, just like you saw with Maxi. No point of fighting
But-
a faster driver.
To be fair, they gave each other both a lot of room. He just
Yeah.
had a very good exit on both ends. They went yin and yang there. But Paul Magzire is coming back at James May now here on a. This is the first pass we could see on the back straight,
Also,
I think, today.
something.
Up into P18.
Wow,
turn
good
18,
pass.
sorry. Ooh,
Oh, but he's gonna fight.
He's stick it though.
Oh, he's going to stay behind, I think. Or is he going to go around the outside?
Good defense on the braking.
Oh,
Oh, he
he goes in the
pits.
pit. Ormus Reese also in
That's
the
a good
pits.
Hitting as well.
Why is Ormus Reese in the pits this early? No, actually, there's only 10 laps left in the race.
Yeah, they were just
More
able to extend their
question-
supers.
Yeah.
And the question is,
More of a
why is
question,
James
why
May
are they
not
not
pitting?
pit?
I can't imagine the overcut would work in this situation. It's quite easy to heat your tires up in Spa. I can't imagine that going another lap longer is going to help James May.
I think this is getting quite interesting now, because if James May can last these tyres, then maybe his strategy is to go into the ultra softs for the end. Gain some of that time back, but that's a pretty risky move, as the ultras probably last 8 to 10 laps before completely dying. So we'll see what James May does, but what did Maxi go on to? The ultras. Okay.
Okay, so he
This
went
is getting
from
interesting, then.
super softs to ultras.
But you know what? He's lost 5 seconds now. He was only 2.5, 3.5, sorry, before coming into the pits. He lost a second and a half in the pits to Ermis.
Yeah, I think has got the upper hand there. Those tyres will definitely last to the end of the race, whereas the ultras, I reckon they'll have pace for the first few laps, like quite a lot of pace, but they'll drop off maybe 5-6 laps in. So it's on the upper hand there. See if he pulls away from Paul. We'll see what James May does coming into the bus stop, whether he'll pit or not. I'm assuming he will, in response to Ermis and Paul, as he does.
He does, yeah. What tyres did Ormus Reese go on?
Ermis went from the softs to the super softs, so
It's
I'm
looking
not
good
sure
for
what the
him.
pace is like between those two sets of tyres. Ermis now with a huge lead over James May. Paul Magzire.
Dyke is pit as well as James May.
It's going to be very close between Paul and James.
The exit,
He's gonna
but
have it. It looks like
Paul's
it's
probably
going
gonna have it.
just.
James May's tires are also going to be cold. Very good lap though by James May to keep it. He's going to have the. Oh, he's going to get him here. Where's the detection point? Should he get DRS? He should. Might not even need it.
Yeah, he's going to blast past him anyway, regardless.
Wow. So good
Wow.
play there by James May to keep the position in the end.
But he also needs to try and pull away. I mean, if Maxi can sit in his DRS, it's going to be an easy overtake on the straight.
As there's a move between Stone. Oh no, Stone in the pits. He just come out. The Clank Hughes overtakes him. Stone now on the ultra softs.
Maxi and Dave Southwood are running a very lonely race, to be honest. They're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
On the curb a bit too much.
Maxi he's just done his own thing for the whole race. Hasn't really fought anyone. And
He's just hoping that one of the top three here would have an accident, but they've had some very clean racing today.
I mean,
And,
Vincent
interesting.
Higuain has been removed from the race. It's been black flag for reasons unknown for now. We'll see what the race director says.
Apparently he was due to come into the pits, and he didn't. So, the stewards have decided to kick him from the server. Interesting.
Never seen that before.
I'm wondering why he was pulled into the pits, or was supposed to.
So,
Different story. David Southwood catching up to Maxi Younger. Not what Maxi wanted. It looks like Maxi lost some time to the leaders there. Maybe made a mistake or something. But David Southwood, 3 attempts. He's got DRS in the straight. Let's see what he can do. Heading
Let's
into
see.
turn
Oh,
7.
I hear that ERS as well going. Oh, this is very close.
It's very close between the two. Maxi holding the outside, but not enough. David Southwood gets through.
That was very close.
very scary for Maxi. I thought there was going to be a collision for a second, but he still left enough room for Dave Southwood, so fair play.
Yeah,
Derek Alcatraz moving in on Douglas Falcon now.
Yeah, Maxi's just not had the luck this season, so he wants a good result from this weekend.
He's still unsigned for next year. He hasn't decided what team he'll move to. He was talking about maybe taking a step back from team management, which was interesting to hear.
Yeah, that does mean the loss of JGP, the prestigious in Trout League.
Yeah, well, one of the 3 original teams in Trout League.
Yeah, it's like Octan, but you know, with results. It's quite impressive.
No comment.
And speaking of prestigious teams,
Oh, there's contact! Who is that? Is that Jeremy Clarkson? Jeremy Clarkson off in the gravel trap. I think that was with Clank Hughes. Very interesting. I don't know what happened there. I think
and he's on the wall. His star is
I saw the gap go down to a 10. That's when
we have K-Man lap traffic. That's going to help James May with his defense here. He's going to get a little bit of a draft. Also going to get DRS, which is good for James May. That helps him out. Let's see. Ermis Reese is no longer in the race.
Do we have a disconnect?
James May inherits the lead.
That's a very interesting.
That's actually really
I was just about to say.
Can someone ask the race director what happened? That's very interesting.
I'm gonna see what happened there.
Oh man, for a second.
I'm gonna ask Ermis.
Bring him in if you can. I'm not sure what's happened.
Yeah. I'll be honest, for a second I really hoped he could pull this out of the bag and win the race. Because that would mean that another third place starter would win the race. Is this Urmas?
Carlos, have you...
input Urmas had nothing to do with Urmas disconnect.
Right, he did disconnect though.
Because of not using monetary apps.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we didn't know what had happened. I didn't see anything in the logs.
Okay, so that
so
is
this just got interesting.
Second retirement of the race.
That is true, yeah, but
P3, the first podium place.
Oh,
and there's contact.
He
spun.
And David
that gave
Maxi
Maxi a lot of wing damage.
That's very unfortunate, but it does mean that David Salford...
You know who this benefits is Douglas Falcon, who's been running a lonely race. He had the overtake completed too. Maxi did have the podium position.
Yeah, that must have given Southwood a lot of damage as well. Maxi just went straight into him.
Maxi's definitely got damage. He's really not quick right now on the straight.
Also,
Stephen Schroeder as well.
This is very good. You know what? Tarek Alcada might be on for a podium here,
fight
honestly.
for P4 is very close here. Has to go 3 wide for a
Tarek,
second.
Ooh! What a pass.
Southwood around the outside.
He almost got it. Southwood's holding on.
Just to let you know, we've also lost Stephen Schroeder. I'm not sure what's happened to him.
Oh no, he was running
Third
in the
retirement.
points.
It's Jeremy Clarkson pits.
He is the, that's a shame, because, I mean, BM doesn't have that many drivers left to recruit. We're on the, I think he was about the 14th one this year, so.
Anyway, the fight for P4.
I've lost
We've got
count.
3 cars, David Falcon, Tarek Alcada, and David Salford all within 1 second of each other, and it looks like David Falcon is actually catching up to Tarek Alcada.
Lost in all of this, James May might have a win on debut here. He almost had pole on debut.
Yeah, there is still 5 laps to go, so
Paul Magzar is very close. Has Paul won a race this year? He's been in pole.
I'll let you know in a second. I'll just pull it up.
He's had a lot of bad luck, I'll tell you that. I think he was leading in Hockenheim when he had to disconnect due to fuel. He was kicked because of fuel irregularities.
Yeah, I think he refueled just by one liter. But yeah.
Which is not allowed by rules, yeah.
Very
So to
unfortunate.
interrupt again, Stefan Trummer had his simulator crash, and for almost a race it seems to me that his connection dropped because he is offline on everywhere.
Interesting.
the downsides of sim racing.
Can confirm that Magzar's win was at Bahrain.
As
Yes,
This
that's
is-
true.
can someone explain
right.
who that person who's joined is?
No,
Something's going on in this race, I'm not sure what's happening.
Also, Paul Maxire, 2/10 away from James May.
For the lead here, we got
Yeah.
5 laps left.
I think you celebrated a bit too early, Jake. I think Paul Maxire. I'm rooting for Maxire here. I don't think has anyone won from pole this season.
No.
No.
It's gonna
I'm
be
going
wait,
for
I
James
don't
May here,
remember.
win on debut. I'm down for that. Griffin Gaming could use a win.
Let's just have a look real quick.
They almost had a win last week as well, or last race in Monza. As I say that, James May goes a little bit deep.
He sets
This
Maxire
group-
right for the overtake.
You know, Maxi and them must not have that much damage because they're all maintaining the same amount of gaps. I
James
figured
May
Maxi's...
lead it. Yeah, he won that.
oh!
Paul on the advantage
Someone
now.
has
Paul
spun.
Rouge. He's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining.
K-Man has
Less
spun.
than a
He's
tenth between
reversing
them
off
now.
the track.
He's
That's
alongside
right on his
before the
gearbox.
DRS. And now he's got the DRS, they're still going board with James.
Oh, they've tapped wheels here.
I want to point out, James May has minor front wing damage. Not sure if that does affect him. But it does
James
mean
May
that
also
Paul
got newer
Maxire
tyres.
has gotten the lead of the race.
Yeah, James May's
As-
also got newer tyres as well, so that kind of equals it out. If he does have wing damage.
Yop has an interesting point saying Paul cut a lot of the track while chasing down Campton Slow here. So it'll be interesting to see how that stands.
Did anyone notice what happened to Southwood? He's down in P8 now.
Interesting.
That is a very good point. I don't know. I know he had damage. I'm sure he has damage.
Tarek now leading that pack of 4. A pack of 3, sorry, for P4.
Tarek is the only one unscathed, I think, in all of this. He might be able to get Maxi now that he has a little bit of
Yeah.
clean air.
Yes.
Or that last podium spot. That battle's not over yet.
I think
Yeah.
Maxi is just
Well,
nursing the tyres home now.
Only 3-second gap to Maxi. Can anyone tell me what tyres Alcade is on compared to Maxi?
He's on the softs, so they're both on the same tyre.
Okay. It's going to be very interesting to see if he's able to close that 3-second gap down. We will see if that front wing damage affects Maxi, as there's 3 laps to go.
And Paul Max has his fastest lap, 42.5, I think that was.
I think this might be over for James May here.
Yeah, it does
Paul
look like
just
he's
has an
fallen
unreal amount of pace, despite, I mean, look at this draft. Jesus, the DRS.
back.
It's crazy.
Alcada has closed down to Max by half a second. Sorry, almost 7/10 now.
Clank
just in
Hughes
sector
might
3.
get chipped in right here. Depends, they've been close.
Ooh, David Falcon going wide there, chasing down Tarek, and he's in the gravel. Losing out to Yanis and maybe Max Stein. Max just not getting there in time as he nearly loses the rear coming out of, I think that was turn 8. James May now falling behind by 1.1 seconds out of DRS reach now, so don't want to be the one to say it, but K-Man around looks to have major damage. I'm not sure where that is.
That's the second time he's been off in the last 5 or so
That
laps.
looks to be the exit of turn 9 as a
He needs
driver
to be
comes
careful.
along. Yeah, that's a very bad position to be in at the moment.
It really
So
is.
oh, there we go. Okay, he's back on the track.
As James May is incredibly close to Paul Magzar right now.
They are indeed.
He's gonna. He might even get him too early. Paul might have a good comeback here if James May gets him.
This is very last minute stuff by these two going down the
2
Kemmel
laps
Street.
to go.
DRS James May, can he pull it past?
Takes
Yes, he
the
can.
inside. Oh, he's got it.
And
And then
easily
Paul's
done
gonna
back
try
to
it
the
again.
line. Paul taking a lot of curb into that corner there.
It looked like he unsettled out. He's losing the front end a little bit there.
Maybe he's been
Honestly,
pushing a bit too hard.
if Maxi, if he's able to stay close to James May, he's going to be able to overtake him on the last lap. Sorry, not the last lap. There's still 2 laps after this.
I don't think I can pin the winner on this one actually. They're very close between these two. Maxi now 19 seconds. Tarek catching by nearly maybe 5/10 a lap. Maxi going very wide there.
Paul is all over James, but he needs to be careful about his ERS usage. Tarek is also getting closer to Maxi.
Battle for P6 is also on with Max Stein catching David Falcon. Those two on the same tyre as well. It'll be interesting towards the end of the race to see how that goes. But Paul Magza, 2 temps,
Very close
1
to James
temp.
May.
Right at the gearbox now as we head into the bus stop chicane. They're alongside Paul Magza around the outside. James May
As they
taking the
touch.
inside, but touch.
Tiny bit. That outside line is strong though.
Benefit.
I'm telling you, here comes James May.
James May with the DRS. What can he do? Down the inside.
I
they've
knew
got
that was
tapped.
gonna happen. That's
Oh,
gonna be
touch.
interesting. He's gonna let him pass.
Yeah.
Pass. Very sportsman-like. For those two.
He did that smart though. He actually did not lose that much time giving that position back.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow, that was a big speed difference going up that hill. I'm not sure what's happened there with Paul Magza, whether he just lost the speed going up the hill
Oh,
or anything.
Max Stein has lost in the bus stop chicane, and he's lost 2 positions and drops down to
Just
the
2
end.
laps to go.
Very unfortunate. He was on for P6 there, catching to David Falcon.
Also, James May re-overtakes Paul Maxi. Gets the lead back. This is going to be
Yeah,
really
we'll
close.
towards the end here. Let's watch this battle.
Let's see if Paul pushes. Still between the track limits, which is good to see. Oh,
James May is struggling
losing
for
there
grip.
slightly.
He's struggling
Oh,
for grip
he's
now.
really struggling right now.
Just shows we're on the limit of these ultra soft tyres. I don't know if anyone else is using them, but it's around now lap I think 9 or 10 they are on these tyres.
Interesting point by Armis. He says James cut the Radion But I've also seen a couple drivers do that. We'll see how that stands, though, after the race, depending on what happens here.
It's James, is he going to go for the inside? No, Paul leaves the space, but he's not there. James may go in for the cutback, but Paul just covers that. Great defending by Paul there, but James is going to have the DRS.
Yeah, this is the
Or is
final
he?
lap of the race.
Oh,
There's a
they
contact
crashed
again.
He's
Oh,
crashed.
my
Oh,
gosh.
Paul Max is
Oh,
in the wall.
no.
Oh, that's so
And,
unfortunate
you know,
to see.
They just need to make it because Maxi's about 20 seconds down. I think he's too far to capitalize on
I
this.
think James is going to have to give the position back on the straight.
Also, to point out, Alcadet within DRS range of Maxi.
And that could be the real fight for the lead here, depending on what happens.
I think James is going to give the position back, or is he? Is he going to give it?
And Magzire's gotten it.
There he is. Okay, it just depends whether Magzire can hold on with the error damage.
Either way, I think James May is going to be getting a penalty for hitting Magzire twice now.
Yeah,
under
and
brakes.
The battle for P3 also on Tarek Alcada. Closing in on Maxi
Maxi
Younger as
was
he goes
wide.
wide to turn 8.
Oh, this gives Alcadet a very
Oh.
good chance.
Maxi going
Very good run on the
Is he
outside.
going to go around
Yeah.
the outside?
The switchback? No, he tried it. He thought Maxi would cover.
Switchback very hard to do there. They head to turn 11. Ooh. There for Tarek.
Giannis is right behind him. He wants this.
Yana is also in there. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, he might be able to get 2 here in 1 if they battle it out. Coming down the back straight. It's who has the ERS here. We're on the final lap. Paul
He's
Magzire
hungry
is
for the
probably going to
podium.
take the win here.
James May seems to be falling behind Magzire now, yeah.
So close.
He's
to
getting
each
close
other.
though.
Maxi with
So
a better
close.
exit onto Paul Frere.
Yeah, as Paul's going to make it. Oh, he's gone wide.
maybe Jim might get it on
it's
the
getting
comeback.
close. Oh, Paul looks like he has it. Ah.
Oh, who
one
got that?
tenth between them.
Yeah.
Insane. But anyway, Janus Van Dijk overtakes Tarek Alcada into the bus stop.
Oh,
Maxi,
Maxi locks
it's
up.
going to be close.
Oh,
Janus
such a
got
good
it.
in.
Tarek's
Oh,
behind. I
Maxi's
think
got it.
Janus has got P4, Maxi's got P3s. So happy with that result.
This Maxi wiggles. Whoa.
The first podium of the season for Maxi.
Wow. As Douglas Falcon comes around to take 6th ahead of Dave Southward. Max Stein coming across the line in 8th.
Stoyan closing in on Clank Hughes for P9. But
Oh,
I think he's going to have to
should've
settle
been
for
close.
P10. Yeah, very close towards the end there.
Wow, what a race.
Hellas Panos, P11. Jeremy Clarkson, P12, and David Bull.
That's been the greatest race this season, I'd say. That's a classic. So many passes for the
Oh
lead.
yeah, that was incredible. The fight for P1 is very close. Same thing with the fight for P3. Exciting stuff.
Shame it ended like it did, but I mean, it is what it is. That was just that bus stop is such a good spot to do a switchback on somebody if you get a bad exit.
Oh yeah.
And the draft just was insane on the Kemmel Straight. Just so many overtakes, just easily done there.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll have to change that for next season, depending on the strength. We might have to shorten it a little bit. It was kind of, I mean, you were well clear for an overtake before even the corner. So Jibrian gets the
driver
final point.
interviews. Should we bring people in?
We should.
I'll let you do the honors, guys.
Alright. That was very
Alright,
exciting stuff.
Ooh. We have Maxi in the interview room. You want me to bring him in?
Yeah.
Oh, let's go with
Yeah, let's
Maxi.
bring him in.
Yeah. Maxi Younger, are you there? Maxi, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay, sorry, you cut out. We saw your defense at the end. Were you just conserving tires? We saw your accident, but after that, did you have any front wing damage or?
Yeah, I had a pretty heavy front wing damage with Dave. I'm sorry for that, but he just spun in front of me. I couldn't react in time. Couldn't really do much. I sort of tried to block Yanis. He's actually writing about it right now. But yeah, I'm happy with that because Spa isn't my best track, and finally getting a podium in the season, which has been shocking so far. It's good. It's really satisfying.
Yeah, we were just as surprised when Ermis just suddenly dropped from the lead. And
Yeah,
then-
because I was in fourth before he dropped, and it was just as Dave was overtaking me, and I was like, oh no, this is gonna be another average race, if I'm gonna finish fifth. But then Ormus disconnected, so I next lap was pushing and tried to re-overtake. Lap afterwards, the crash happened when Dave drove me again, and we came into the bus stop, and as he went on the accelerator, I saw him having traction problems the lap before when he was in front of me. So when we came into the bus stop side by side, he just overtook me and then immediately went into a spin, and I just hit him. And yeah, that was kind of it for him too. I kind of messed with this race too. I'm sorry for that, but I couldn't react in time for the spin because we were millimeters apart because he was just overtaking me.
You guys got any questions for him? I'm drawing a blank.
Um,
He had a pretty lonely race, honestly.
yeah, I don't have any questions, but I just want to say, well done, Maxi. First podium of the season.
Which, yeah, that's
Yeah,
weird
good
to
job.
say. To say race 7. I mean, at least it's something to show for the number 1 on the car.
Is this does this mean that the luck has changed? You think you're gonna win a couple of races before the season ends?
I'm playing my cards on Sao Paulo because every race we've ever held there, I won. So that's sort of my best track. So if I can win at any track, it's going to be that one.
All right, that's good to hear. Anyone else? Questions?
No, not that I know of.
It's, who won though? That's what, who
Oh,
won?
that was crazy actually.
Yeah.
I believe
I bet.
Magzire got it, I think.
Yeah, I think the gap
Oh.
was less than a tenth.
But
Oh, amazing.
Magzire went
So-
wide actually in the bus stop, and James May got an insane switchback on him and almost got him by the line. It was
So
the closest
similar-
finish we've had this year.
Yeah, I think less
Similar,
than
similar to me and
Yeah.
Yanis.
finish.
Yeah, that's good job, Magzire. Did he win a race before this?
Yes, he won Bahrain. He
Oh,
won,
so him and Urmas are the only ones to win more than one race then.
yeah, we thought you were on for a win because I don't know if you saw, they actually hit each other twice. James May took Magzire out in turn 1 twice, and they both spun out. And we thought, oh, you're 20 seconds down. Maybe you have your first win of the season.
The thing is, I did the wrong strategy. I didn't practice enough, to be honest. I should have done more strategy work because everyone went from supers to ultras, and I went from supers to softs. So
Yeah,
I
Irmas
could
did
have.
do the same strategy as you, but yeah, disconnected. I think it was the better strategy to go softs to supers.
Probably, I had that softer tie at the end. I would say, sad for Ormas. He deserved a good result, but I'll take the podium.
All right, who's in the waiting room? Ermis.
Ormas.
I'll bring Ermis in here.
So, see ya.
See you in a bit, Maxi.
Ermis Rees. Are you there? Can you hear us?
Almost.
Guess not.
He's lighting up, just not making any noise.
Just not making any noise.
Maybe he's just lost for words from that race.
While we wait for him to fix his microphone, Jack Smith, could you quickly go through the finishing order? Let's have a quick rundown. It's quite hectic at the end. I think we completely missed out.
Let me see if I
just
can.
have a look.
Completely forgot to do the rundown.
Yeah, so Paul Magza, P1, and James May, obviously. P2, after the very close battle towards the end, finishing, I think, less than a tenth between each other. Maxi Younger, first podium of the season for the number 1 car. Janus van Dijk with a P4. Very strong result from him. Tarek Alcada P5 for DAC. And then we've got David Falcon for F0 P6. David Southworth P7 after a very strong performance. Looked to be on route for a podium if he kept his drive together towards the end there, but sadly losing out in the bus stop chicane. Max Stein in P8 for KTM, and we've got Clank Hughes for F0 again for P9. So a double points finish for F0 there. Has Panos and Stoian in P10, Panos in P11. Jeremy Clarkson P12, David Bull for Octan in P13, Nils Fisher in P14. We've got K-Man in P15, and we had three retirements. Ermis, Stephen Schromer, and Vincent.
All right.
Yes, Artemis is still missing in action. I think we might just have to conclude. We have no idea.
Also,
he's talking, but we can't hear him.
Yes.
with this win, Paul Maxire goes second in the championship. Overtakes you, Jack Smith.
No.
And Irma said his mic is fucking around, so... Oops, excuse my language.
If the spreadsheet is correct, Tarek Alcada is in third place in the championship, showing very good consistency. And okay, no, I think I messed up the spreadsheet.
But anyways, I think we can conclude it on that. I don't think we have any more drivers joining us up in the booth. It was a good race though, especially from our end. There was so much to even keep up with. It's definitely the best race we've had all season.
Yeah, I think one of the closest races we've seen in the hybrid series. So yeah, very good race from everyone.
I think Ermis and Magzire, they've been pulling away this season, almost like having a Mercedes fairy tale season. But I think they have some proper competition now. So
yeah, a lot of highlights from this race. James May obviously on his debut getting pole position and then converting that to P2 after a very strong battle between him and Paul Magzai. Obviously with Ermis leaving sadly due to a connection error it seems, and yeah, Maxi getting a podium.
Yay.
Alright, great stuff. I think that's it for tonight. In a week's time we will be doing the Formula 3 stream. Does anyone remember what track that's on?
I was just about to check.
Laguna Seca.
Laguna Seca, yeah.
Oh, very good track.
That's
Indeed.
going to be a very interesting race.
Oh yeah, the course crew is gonna be interesting, definitely.
Oh, Ermis, his mic is working. He wants to come in.
Oh, there we go.
Ermis Rees, you live.
Hello.
There we go.
What happened?
I lost power and I disconnected, but before that the racing was really good this time. I struggled a lot on the soft compound to keep up with them because I was running lower aero setup, so I ran less wing.
But it seems to work quite well. And he's gone.
He does.
Well, I'll drag him back.
What?
Oops.
Welcome back.
There you go.
Well, like I was saying, even though you said you struggled on the hardest tyre, it still seemed to work out quite well when you came out of the pits. I think you were about 4 seconds ahead of Max Zara and James May.
Yeah, once I got rid of the fuel, my pace really improved because lower aerodynamics, more straight line speed. But basically, my beginning was like Leclerc in Bahrain, I guess, because he also ran less aerodynamics in that race. And he struggled a lot on the start, but once he got the feel of the car, he was way faster than everyone else. So basically, it was a risk, but in the end, it was worth it until I lost power.
Yeah, the pace. We were all quite surprised about your pace on the softs. We thought that was very, very impressive, especially your quali pace on the softs. We thought that was very impressive compared to the guys
Yeah, I
When it
was
suits yourself.
setting my car up around the soft tire from the beginning, so
Yeah, we all started to sweat because you were in there. You were in last for quite a considerable amount of time in qualifying.
yeah, it was really hard getting any lap in on the 98% conditions. But once it went to 100, I got my lap in.
Yeah, it's good to see that you managed to get there though. We were thinking it was uncharacteristic of you to be down there, so yeah, just happy to see you up there. Very unfortunate about the connection issue, but hopefully.
Yeah, but it does spice up the title fight a bit, I guess.
I mean, it's still a big. Even with this, you still have a considerable gap. Also, there's the drop points taken into account. So
Yeah, got to take the drop points into account. That can change everything.
basically, you've had 2 DNFs now, which if you score the next races, it won't really matter, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll have to hope I don't lose power mid-race for some reason.
Yeah, GB2 PC.
Magzaya is 27 points away now after this, so it's getting close.
Yeah, he did a good job against me in the last laps.
So yeah, anything
Well
can still
deserved win.
happen.
Yeah, it's Trout League.
Also, apparently Maxi has gotten rid of his curse. First podium.
Yeah, thank you. Sort of, not completely.
Yeah, there's still remnants there, I think.
Yeah, there was a little bit of an issue with Dave Southwood. He sort of half spun. I told the story already. So.
Is this season's car the RB13 or just a bad car or?
I think it's the number 1 on the car, man. It's look at Jaap in F3. He has the same kind of bad curse.
I don't know, man. I think it's a Vermin sponsorship. I think.
Oh wow.
Okay.
No,
We should probably
well,
end the stream before somebody says something they don't want to say.
You know, since the Vermin sponsorship, we've only
no.
gone up in the standings. So
As soon as
I
Vermin
don't know.
won, yeah. Race win and then podium and.
Yeah, I don't want you to be the last JGP winner, though. If I wanted to.
Yep. Well, I'll try and make it easy for you in the next round.
All right. On that note, I think
Okay.
it's safe
Yeah, I think that's it for tonight's stream. So in a week's time, Formula 3, and in 2 weeks' time, we'll be racing again in the hybrid series in Canada. So I'll see you guys there.
Goodbye.
Oh my God.